Okay. There's no one. But I guess I should still talk, right? And pretend like there's people. Is that how we're supposed to do? I'm new to YouTube, especially new to live stream, so I don't know what to do when there's no one. But I guess I can just show my cats. But let me actually set up my. Oh shit! There's I just sit down, right, and I see this You see this? Oh shit! It's not shit. It's actually someone puked. It's Boff. Good way to start. Nice. Yeah, that was a really good way to start. But oh, someone's here. Thank you for joining. Is there any way I can look who I guess I can't. Okay. I can't. お母さんやったら LINE ちょっと言ってくれへん? Sorry, I'm just guessing it's my mom. If you're not my mom, let me know in comment. If she's my mom, she's gonna let me know through LINE. Oh wait, I might have muted my phone, so I wouldn't know. Let me change. Oh, Jantix, hey. So you're not my mom. Jantix, is that you, Jenna? Sorry, did I? I'm not. Was I supposed to? Was it okay to say that? Okay. Thank you for joining. Okay, cool. Nice. All right. Oh, hey, VR guy, and also M. How do you pronounce this? Plaksinski. If you can let me know how to pronounce, that would be nice. Thank you for joining. Oh, 26 people. Cool. Nice. Yeah, today, well, let me actually begin with showing my cats, my babies, where they're at. Well, there's one here. Selena. Hey, Selena. So that's Selena. Oh, Cole, you have an offer? Okay. This is Selena, by the way. What's your offer? Yeah, I know, right? 26. Well, right now it's 11. Let me look for other cats. Okay, I see Mi-chan. You see over there? That's Mi-chan. Mi-chan. Let me turn on the light. Mi-chan. Oh, Mi-chan. She's really cute. Oh, Melonpan came too. Hey, Melonpan. Oh, Melonpan, that was too big of a push to Mi-chan. These two are siblings. Melonpan. Oh, so cute. Melonpan. Mi-chan. Okay. Oh, I saw Mojo. Mojo. Hey, sorry, it's a little bit messy here. And that was my roommate slash friend slash family. Okay. All right. Hey, Hannah. Hey, everyone for joining. Hey, Thank you for joining. Let me try to clean this vomit right below me. Well, Cole, I'm still waiting on your offer. Let me get paper towels. Can you still hear me? I put on this mic. Can you still hear me from here? Is the mic working? Anyone? Can you hear me? Is the mic still from the phone or it's from the mic? Anyways, yeah, those are my babies, 4 of them. They're doing great. Yeah, unfortunately, Keiko, that's Melonpan and Mi-chan's mother. Keiko passed away. That was 2 months ago in May. Or it might have been last month. Yeah. She was struggling with, what is it? Diabetes. And also, she had seizures too sometimes. Yeah, so it was hard for her. Well, I kept, doing my best with giving meds like twice a day and stuff, and that continued for a year, but, just the quality of her life wasn't good, and, so we decided to put her down. So, yeah, so that was tough, but, that's life, at least I was able to, I guess, I wouldn't want to say like I was able to, but at least Keiko, right, passed away in her sleep. And that's, I think, a great way to end if you have to, if that's the best option. Again, I don't support any killing of living being, but of course, like killing yourself is the taboo for me, for my life, that I have decided. Why? I don't know yet. I would like to say there was a value in me being born, right? In the society, in the world, instead of just being waste of oxygen and waste of just space, everything, instead of being like that, I would like to think that, I can, I guess, bring some value in society. I just think, I guess, I simply think just ending a life that's, of course, like each person, the situation is so different, and, I can't imagine. I do go through that too. So I guess in one sense, I understand a little bit, right? But of course, people, when they think about that ending one's life, of course, they are really unhappy and they are going through shit, lots of shit, right? For them to think that way, right? Or like, let's say you have, mental illness, like depression and stuff, like I do, right? But still, having that illness does make you suffer. So in any way, I think anyone who has the desire to kill oneself, I think everyone, without an exception, is suffering, in really deep suffering. And I still tell myself that I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. I don't know why yet. So I'm still on my journey to figure out why. Well, that's that's why, the dream that I shared last Tuesday about how I want to make a shoot. That was Melon Pan jumping from the desk, and whenever he jumps, because he's pretty big, right? Things move, and anyways. Zito, bonjour, hey. So, yeah, I was talking about life, birth, death. So, but wait, I was talking about how like it's difficult for me to find a reason to stay alive. Now that I have a rule for myself that I won't kill myself, right? You should have motivation to continue living and stuff. But I am starting to find that, especially after I started doing this YouTube. And also, with lots of suffering in many ways. At work, the duration of work, mental health, financial problems, relationship, whatever. In so many ways I have suffered. So after that, right? After I am still going through that, it hasn't ended, unfortunately. But, of course, like through suffering, you do get to see some truth of things. It can be some like important lesson that could really help people be better people. Through suffering, you do realize some important truth. Like, for example, for me, right? While working, I was doing Uber driving. I was thinking about how, like, there's one thing that I hate the most in human being, because I think only human being does this, I think. But lying is something that I hate the most. Someone telling a lie to someone else. And I was thinking about why I feel that way, like why it's so disgusting to me when I see people lying, and I figured out why. Yeah, so those people who tell lies, or who are okay with telling people a lie, right? Either way. Well, of course, me, in my life, I have lied many times, but I have learned my lessons that lying would only give negative value in most cases. Yeah. It creates distrust, and, when you can, break trust in someone, it's like the really inner core of someone. It's not on a superficial level. Superficial stuff can be like lose weight, gain weight, that kind of stuff. But I mean, that can be also like internal. But what I mean is like one of the most important factors in human life is the ability to trust someone. And I mean, it's not only human being. other animals too can trust, other living beings, right? But when people tell lies, it's, basically when people are telling lies to you, that means they have decided to choose the not true path, knowing that there is a true path, but intentionally choosing this wrong information, wrong path, and then telling you the lie. Do you know what I mean? Like, of course, like I understand when some people think that telling a lie is just a minor thing. Everyone does it, like that kind of stuff, right? But one of Japanese proverbs, we do have this saying that says, 嘘つきは泥棒の始まり。嘘つきは泥棒の始まり。嘘つき means liar. Liar is wa, right? 泥棒 means thief. No 始まり. No particle to connect to another noun, which is 始まり, which is beginning in Japanese, right? So this proverb, 嘘つきは泥棒の始まり means lying is a beginning of being a thief. Lying is the beginning. Beginning of thief, meaning you are already a thief. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, like it could, you can take this proverb to mean like, it's like one step away from being a thief, Of course, you can take it that way. But if I analyze it linguistically, right? Like, 嘘つきの始まり. The particle no does have the function to connect two nouns into one noun, right? So beginning of being a thief can be the beginning of someone's life as a thief, right? So that's why it is already a thief, is what the Japanese saying says, basically. When you lie, when you tell people lies, then you are thief. In one sense, you are basically stealing trust from people, which means they just lose trust in you. Yeah, which is a bad thing. Yep. And I do agree with it. Because again, like think about the proper process in your brain, your thought process leading up to you telling a lie to someone, right? When you think about it, like for example, well, let's make some easy example. Let's say you're gonna hang out with your friend. Tonight. And, you were gonna meet up at 8 p.m., right? And as you were driving to get to the place at 8, your friend texts you. Sorry, yeah, my brain is slow right now. That's the best I can say. But okay, so let's say your friend texts you when you're heading to meet up to hang out, and then your friend is like, hey, sorry, I'm not feeling good. Can we reschedule hanging out? Well, that's pretty obvious that it's a lie, because it's like, it's it's super last minute, right? But even so, okay, think about that person who lies to tell the other person that to reschedule because of, feeling sick, right? The thought process of that would be, for example, let's say the person actually just double booked, and he also had a date with his partner. So, of course, he decides to prioritize being with his partner. So he just makes up a reason to reschedule, right? Okay, so the thought process of that will be, okay, check my schedule. Okay, yeah, 8 o'clock, I'm gonna hang out with my friend. And then you get a text from your partner saying that the person is really excited to go on a date tonight at 8. And you're like, shit, I totally forgot about it. I double booked. Shit, what do I do? It's already 7:30. So it is already, of course, too late, too last minute to cancel any of these two. But I have to. Of course, I'm gonna prioritize my partner. So I'm gonna have to do something with hanging out with my friend, right? So in that situation, when you want to lie, right? You'll be like, okay, let's say I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling good. So when you decide to do that, your process is like, okay, I don't want to hang out with you because I double booked and I want to go on a date with my partner. But by saying this, you might get upset. So I want to say something else so that you won't. Oh, two of the cats were just fighting. I'll say something else so that you won't be hurt and be upset. Okay, let's make up that I'm sick. Hey, I'm not feeling good, right? When you think about that process, of course, it does come from that friend's compassion for the other person. Like, I don't want to hurt. I don't want to make you upset. That's why I'm gonna say some different reason. But then it can also be seen as a selfish action, right? I'll say something else so that you won't be upset at me, so that we are cool. Like, of course, you are lying to not admit that it was your fault, right? So in any scenario, even when in that situation where it was coming from compassion toward the other person, and that's why the person lied, right? In my opinion, of course, regardless of the reason, if you lie, that is, creating, of course, it can lead to good, but that is already, the act of lying is already creating bad. You are choosing bad, in that sense. You can, with what we have done with the thought process. But yeah, that's something that I hate the most. So with that, I have been, I don't know since when, but I have been honest with my feelings. I would honestly share, even when I knew that it would hurt the other person, unfortunately. But that's what I did. And I have to take responsibility for that and atone to it. So that's how I have decided to live, to not lie, regardless of the situation. Of course, like making jokes. Usually making jokes is about lying, like telling something that's not true, Of course, those are exceptions. Just, serious situation, lying is what I'm talking about. I don't lie. And I am really proud of that. Proud to be able to say that because, not many people can say that you're not a liar, like literally, Yeah. But, I don't know why I brought this up about lying. I forgot. There are some couple of things I wanted to talk about today, but if you have any question, let me know. Sorry, I wasn't checking much of the chat, but if there's any question you want to ask, I am Japanese and I have lived in Japan and the United States, and I am a Japanese language teacher at University of Minnesota right now. So I do teach Japanese professionally. So I'll do my best, but if you have any question about Japanese language or Japanese culture, whatever, I would love to share my response. But it's totally fine if there isn't. I do have some topics that I thought about to talk about. So I guess I'll just wait a little bit more, but not too long. If you have a question or anything from me, let me know. But it's okay if there isn't. Let me go get water. Here, this is Selena. Hey, Selena. Oh, Selena. Hey. Selena's really cute. Okay. Let's see if there's any other cats. Oh, I found one. Mi-chan. This is Mi-chan, really cute. So cute. It's okay. I guess that's it. But let me get water. Okay. So I live with 3 people. 3 people. It's a nice place, but we're gonna move out. We don't like the management. The management company, they're really bad at responding to whatever requests we make. They have to first contact the owner of this house, which takes a couple days, and then get back to us. So even when something happens where it's pretty urgent to fix, it takes at least a couple days, right? Yeah, it's just not good. Yeah. Okay. So I have some stuff to talk about. Today at work. So I was, hey, Menompa. Hey, Kim. Hey. Okay, let me show you guys. All right. Do you see this? Menompa. Oh, Menompa. Hey, Melompang. He's purring. Melompang. He's big, right? Really big. Okay. Okay, today I was doing Uber and Lyft, giving people rides. That's one of the jobs that I do. And I picked up this customer for, I guess I would just choose the pronoun they, if that's okay with this person. Okay, so I picked up this person through Uber, right? And then right away he just press the button to roll down the window, right? And it is summer, right? And it was like 92, 94. So it's pretty hot outside. That's why I had AC in my car, but they just open the window. And then because of the air pressure, thing that happens with your ears, right? If only one of the windows is open, I had to fix it to fix it. I had to roll down one of the other windows. So it's just full of natural air, natural hot, humid air the whole time of the 20-minute drive. Yeah. But, other than that, he's just cool. Nice guy. He just, he seemed like he was enjoying the nature. He had his arm out of the window and then like, just enjoying, right? As I was pulling up to the destination, he suddenly starts shaking. He just starts shaking and then like making some, noise from, his mouth, right? And, his whole body got stiff and just shaking, right? So I was like, okay, what the fuck? What's going on? It looks like he's having a seizure. So I was pulling up to the destination, right, and that's when he started having a seizure. So while he was still, while the seizure was still going on, I got out of my car and, went to the house and, let the person know. It turned out to be the girlfriend. So girlfriend comes and check them, and he was still shaking. His eyes were just full open, and it was actually horrifying to see. The facial expression when someone is, on seizure. It's really scary. I mean, to me, to be honest, in my opinion, I can still picture that vividly. But she tried to. The person was already like whole body was on the side, in the back seat, and their girlfriend just told me to take them to the hospital. And so I, we just looked up a hospital, and then it was like 7-minute drive. So I was like, okay. And then I was driving. In the middle though, they started to kind of wake up, right? Stopped shaking, still like really panting and stuff, but stopped shaking and started to get his conscience. Is that right? Okay, so he started to be able to talk, right? And he was like, who are you? And it's me driving as an Uber driver, driving to a hospital to take him to the ER. And I'm like, I'm your Uber driver. I'm heading to the hospital now for you. And you know, eventually, right? It was 7-minute drive. He was able to like calm down and get himself back. And toward the end, he was like, well, like in the middle when he was still trying to recover from seizure, he told me that he's about to die. I mean, sorry, they're about to die, which is super strong word, right? So I was like, shit, okay, I have to try to go to the hospital as soon as possible, right? But then at the end of the ride, he's like, I'm sorry, but I don't want you to take me to the hospital. I know that I have seizure, I have medication and stuff. It will just, I can't afford it, is what they said. And, turned out they don't have health insurance. And me too, I don't have health insurance right now. So yeah, that's the last thing we want to do for those who don't have health insurance, to go to the hospital, because we know that you're just going to go bankrupt if you just go to the hospital without an insurance, right? Like it's just so. Oh, hi, Teddy Ruxpin. Hey. And Rafael Martinez. I know. Oh, okay. Thank you for agreeing. Okay, so I had to think. So he was like, I don't have health insurance. I don't want you to drop me off at the hospital. I can't afford it. And I know I have seizures and stuff. But then like I saw them when he was having a seizure, and then, when they were recovering, they did tell me that they're about to die, right? So the dilemma in me, whether or not to drop them off at the hospital, right? I had to think, right? But of course, like, okay, Rafael Martinez, are you Asian? I am. I'm Japanese. I was born and raised in Japan. I moved to the United States after high school. So, I mean, after I graduated from high school in Japan, I moved to the United States for college. And then I got my bachelor's, stayed for master's. And then after that, during master's already, I have been teaching Japanese language at college level. And it's my 10th year this year. And I am actually shifting to teaching Japanese on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Used to like Japan before, okay. What's the reason you don't like Japan anymore? If I may ask, and I won't get offended at all and by anything, so don't worry. I definitely prefer honesty to like be nice. So I love Asians, okay. I guess, yeah, that's a good thing. For me, I love Asians except for Japanese. Yeah. Any Asian but Japanese. Yeah. That's my stance, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so back to the story, right? So I eventually decided to, respect the person's will. I am sharing this online, and it is basically digital tattoo, like it won't disappear. I don't think so. If I was wrong to still let them go, let me know. Yeah, I didn't know what to do, and I just, I didn't know what to do, and I just decided to respect that person's own will. So, but yeah, so we drove back. I do like support. Stop Asian hate. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Of course, any kind of discrimination I don't support. So yeah, I respect you too. Yeah. Okay, so we drove back to his partner's place, and that was it. I helped them, get everything, and they left, right? And so that whole experience just, it was a little bit traumatizing, just like suddenly my Uber customer who I'm giving ride to just starts having seizure right behind me, right? And then, just his facial expression when he was having a seizure. Traumatizing for me personally. And it was like, it did feel like life or death situation, right? And yet they couldn't go to hospital. Why? Because they didn't have health insurance. Why? Because probably they can't afford the insurance. This, of course, it comes down to money again. Because of money, financial situation, they can't afford health insurance. Same here, I can't afford health insurance. I lost health insurance from U of M. So even when you don't know if you can survive, the fact that you still decide to not go to hospital, that does tell lots of stuff. First of all, the idea of not wanting to go to hospital because I don't have insurance, that kind of idea never exists in Japan, right? I know colors of Japan flag. What is it? What's the color? In Japan, everyone has basically the nationwide health insurance by the government, right? With that, you only pay 30% of the cost. But here's the biggest difference between Japan and the United States, and also the biggest difference between the United States and many other countries. The cost, the original cost, the amount, just couple digits more in the United States, which means Japan, the original cost of medical expense, right, is already super, super cheap compared to the United States. So even without an insurance, it's still payable. For example, one of my friends in Japan broke their bone, had an accident, broke their bone, right? And then, of course, the whole treatment of, going to hospital, taking x-ray, and making cast and everything, right? The total cost was about $20 to $30 US dollars, right? And, they had the insurance, so that means that's only 30%. 30%. So let's pretend it was, let's say it was $30, right? And that's 30%, meaning the original cost was just $100 for treatment of broken bone. Isn't that so cheap? Like here, even with insurance, will it go under 100? You know, that's a good question. So first of all, yeah, like in Japan, you don't need to have health insurance. I mean, of course, it would cost more, and you know, there's no reason not to have that. You know, the country supported insurance, right? So of course, we don't have even a concept of not wanting to go to hospital because it would cost too much. Of course, like some special cases where, you know, a special illness, it won't, the insurance won't support it, so you have to, you know, pay, and it's basically like if you have to import medicine stuff from United States, of course the cost will be a lot more, right? But yeah, never in Japan we would think like something life-threatening happened to you and still decide not to go to hospital because you don't have insurance. That's something that happens in the United States. I just saw that today, and it really saddens me. Yeah, it's really sad. First of all, it's so sad, and I feel bad for the person to having had to decide to choose that. I would have done the same thing. Yeah, too scary to get a medical bill when you don't have any insurance. Yeah, so, and so it does come down to weighing your life and money, right? The fear of getting too much medical bill and can't afford, the fear of money, lots of bill, outweighed that person's life, the value of life. So that's why that person decided to, even though it was, you know, something life-threatening for that person, still decided to not go to the hospital. So yeah, it did make me think about it. Like, first of all, that situation, and you know, also the fear that I had was that, you know, it could very much happen to me too. I'm in a also situation where I don't have insurance, and I've been doing my best to try to keep myself safe, but of course things would passively happen, things that I may not be able to control, right? Like traffic accidents, stuff. Like even if I drive safely, someone could just crash into me, right? So yeah, so the fear of getting hurt that could end your life, not because of the injury, but because of the financial situation. It fucks you up, you have to go bankrupt, or you have to give up your life and stuff. It's not right. Yeah, it's not right. You can't do that. But again, if the same thing happened to me, yeah, unfortunately, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't go to hospital, which, you know, like I said, would mean that I care more about money than maybe my current body life, right? But, you know, that's the reality. If you don't have insurance, then, you know, it's just Hospital is the last place you want to be, which is so ironic. Hospital is where you should be when you're not feeling good. Between Eastern medicine and Western medicine, there's one huge difference in terms of approach. This is what I have, learned from books. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor in either way. So don't quote me on this. But so Western medicine, of course, you can explain it using the word scientific. Scientifically analyze what's going on with the symptoms that you have, or like by opening up your body, or with x-ray and stuff, like literally check what's going on, any kind of physical difference or anything, right? And based on that, deduct some, ideas of illness and then treat. Treatment can be physical too, like surgery and stuff, right? So in that sense, yeah, like Western medicine, it's usually a place where you get treatment after you get sick. Right? Of course, there are some places where they really do a good job with prevention. But what Eastern medicine, when you get sick and go to hospital, this is just a parable. It's not like every doctor will do it. But Eastern medicine's approach is that when let's say you start to feel sick, you go to hospital, you see a doctor. The first thing the doctor will tell you is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have let you be sick. And because of that, you had to come here. Meaning the prevention is the 100% focus. They do more of an internal aspect, right? Like, the energy from within, what kind of food are you eating, what kind of spiritual state or mind, you have, that kind of really I guess actively working to prevent getting any illness is the approach of Eastern medicine. Yeah. So in that sense, like I said, Western medicine usually is a place where you go after you get sick. Eastern medicine is part of your life, part of how you live. So your home is where Eastern medicine is at. And you practice preventing getting illness. Like, in Japanese culture, we have this saying, hara hachibunme. Hara means stomach, hachibunme means 80%. So literal meaning is stomach, 80% stomach is the literal meaning. What does that mean? It means don't eat until you get 100% full. Eat until you feel like you're just 80% full, and then stop eating, because that's enough. Is the meaning of that saying. Which, like today with science, right? It does, show that, like when you start eating, it does take like 20 to 30 minutes for the, brain to receive the signal that, you're getting full and stuff, right? So many times people overeat because, even during that time of 20 to 30 minutes of the signal from your stomach trying to tell the brain that it's full, because they don't notice that they overeat. Yeah. So again, with that, right? Eastern medicine, there's a huge contrast. Yeah. Eastern medicine is at home, practiced at home to prevent illness. Western medicine is where you go after you get sick. And here in the United States, if you're not rich enough, you can't even go to hospital, even when you're sick. That's the situation. So it will be nice to apply some of the like Eastern medicine, stuff like basically lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. Don't overeat. I am, like, for example, I am vegan, right? Like, choose what kind of stuff you want to eat and stuff. Yeah, so if you don't have health insurance here, like, me too, like using time and energy, actively using time and energy to prevent illness, I think is the best investment we can make. Yeah, and that's tough because, you're working many hours, you have shitty boss. It's tough to not live healthily, right? Eating a lot of vegetables also helps with preserving brain performance as well for longer. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. That's great to know. Another good reason for me continue being vegan. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's the change I want to make. Yeah, within the Western medicine, with the financial part, I want to do something so that people like us who don't have health insurance can still feel somewhat as safe because they're going to hospital. That kind of, okay, I'll be fine because I'm at hospital now. They'll take care of me. Even a little bit of sense of security. If I can do something to help people have that, that'll be great, and that is my determination to do. Hey, Yuzelki, hey. I had another thing I wanted to talk about, but I guess it's time. It's already an hour. Any question? Sorry, I talked too much. Any question? You guys good? Thank you so much for watching, listening. I do appreciate. I am just a person who's trying to express myself to let the world know that I exist, and with the hope that I can see a light to break out of my vicious financial cycle. With that hope, I'm doing this. So thank you so much for watching and supporting. It was nice hearing you talk. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye bye, Kakun. All right. Every week, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, I do this. So if you liked it, please join again. Okay, you guys have a good night, or good morning, or good day. Thank you. Bye.